This conference will now be recorded.
In last meeting, we discussed about fact boxes, right? Creating fact boxes in the list based form, this one, employment history, and also we have seen about the details of a particular employee. All these things we have seen in the last meeting. So today we are discussing about event handler concept. Event handler in the sense, for example, um, uh, let me explain you the scenario first. Till now, whatever the code we have written everything indirectly, we are overriding the methods, and we have written uh, uh, X++ business logic, everything on the methods itself, right? For example, if you take any existing form, how can we override a method in the existing form itself? In our form, directly we can open the method and we can able to write the code. For example, if you take table, directly I can override the method, whatever the method I required. So directly I can take it and I can write the code. In form level also the same thing we have done. In any form, simply you can access any method. We can create a new method. We can override the we can write the code in the override methods. Everything we can do it in a simple way of accessing. But suppose if you take any existing form, how can we implement a code? How can we write a code? So that is called event handlers. I mean, we should write event handler business logic. I mean, on in every form or every table, if you can see, there is a events. Okay. Suppose if you expand the data source also, you can find the events. Okay. Here we should write the code in the existing forms. So first of all, I would like to tell you how to customize existing form. First of all, okay. First of all, we will see that how to customize existing form. After that, how can we write the code and all, we will see. Let us take any form in the existing application, existing module. Let us customize any existing form by adding some columns or fields in the design level. Okay. Let us take any form, something like human resource management. Loan types. Okay, here we have a table called, form called loan types. Okay, in this particular form, we will add one more column. This is existing form. Okay, so how to add some fields in the existing form itself. I just want to customize this form. Any field here. Okay, what kind of field we will add here? Loan type is there, description is there, grace period is there, and one more column I just want to add here. Loan type, description, and what kind of field? It is related to loan, right? Let us add any integer column or something.
Loan ID.
Loan ID in the sense, it is like, again, it is a string column, right? So because after adding this column, I just want to make some validations. That's what. On ID we cannot make any validations. Directly we can create a number sequence concept on loan ID.
Loan term.
Loan term means n number of EMIs or what?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, fine, no problem. We'll do that. N number of EMIs. Terms. Okay, loan terms. So I just want to add one more column here, like a loan terms. Okay, we'll take integer that one. Okay. So first of all, To identify this form in AOT, you just make it like this. Right click, form information. You can find the form name, HCM loan type. Okay. So this is your form name. So find out that form name in AOT. Go to the Application Explorer. Go to the forms. HCM loan type. Okay. This HCM loan type belongs to personal management model. If you want to customize this form, we need to take a referenced model to HR management model. Suppose if you right click on this form, I think we already taken this personal management model. That's what here it is showing, like a create extension option is in enable mode. For example, let me show you another form. For example, if you go to the fixed assets, okay, let's see fixed assets module. Let us take any form. Oh, again here we have a some forms. For example, there is a measure types. There is a form called measure types. If I want to customize this form, again I need to follow the same procedure. First of all, I should find the form name, asset measure type. Okay, asset measure type. Okay. Oh, this is also belongs to application suite. This is already we have taken a reference model. That's what it is showing, like a create extension. Let me close this and okay, let us take expense management. There is a form called travel locations. Okay, so this form, if I want to customize this form, the form name is TRV destinations, right? The form name is TRV destinations. TRV destinations. Oh, this is also application suite. Okay, let us do one thing. Let me go to the model management. There is a update model parameters. Okay, what is our model name? HR management model, right? Let me select the model name, HR management model. Clicking on next. First of all, okay, I'm just making personal management unselected. Next, finish. Okay, now if I want to customize that particular what is that loan form, right? We just have discussed about the loan types. This form terms HCM loan type. Oh, this form name is HCM loan type. HCM loan type. Okay, this particular form belongs to personal management model. When you right click here, there is an option called create extension. Currently it is in disabled because this personal management model we have not taken as a referenced model to our current model, HR management model. So that is the reason we are unable to modify this form. We cannot modify this form because this model is not belongs to, I mean, this model, personal management model, we have not taken as a reference model. Whatever the form, whatever the object you want to customize in your current model, that particular object belongs to some model. Am I right? Some X model. That X model you should take as a referenced model. Then only you can able to customize. Currently, the create extension option is disabled because we have not taken as a reference model this personal management model. Now again, I'm going back to the model management, update model parameters. I'm selecting my current model name, HR management model. Now, next. So I just want to customize this form, HCM loan type. This HCM loan type belongs to personal management. So that is the reason I'm selecting personal management model here. See this one, personal management model. Now selecting this one. Next, finish. See here. This also I have taken, okay? Finish it. Now when you right click here, you can see it is in enabled. Create extension option is enabled, so that now we can able to customize this form. Now what I'm planning here, I just want to create one field in this particular form. Am I right? To create a field in this particular form, first of all, we should identify the table. The table name is HCM loan type. The table name is HCM loan type. You can see there is a table name in the properties, HCM loan type. So go back to the tables available in data model, HCM loan type. Okay. Now, when you right click here, there is an option called create extension. Now clicking on create extension. When you click on create extension in your project, see there is a table extension folder has been created. In that folder, you can find there is a table called HCM loan type dot extension. It is a table. Now this table we can customize. Okay. Now you can customize this table in your project. Now let me open this extension table in the designer area. Now you can simply add your column here. Now right click, integer, load terms. So I have added a column here in HCM loan type table. Okay, save it, and let me build the project along with the synchronization, because we have customized the table, right? So synchronization is absolutely required. Suppose if you want to customize a particular object, first you need to verify that particular object belongs to which model, whether that model we have taken as a referenced model or not for our existing model. If it is not there, you just go to the Dynamics 365 option and update model parameters and select that model and make that make sure that you should take that as a referenced model. Then you can able to customize that particular object. Until unless we cannot take into the we cannot create a extension part. Just a second, and once it is built, we will add this particular column in the design level. Okay, build process completed. Now go to the again application explorer, go to the forms, HCM loan type form. Again, I'm going to create extension for this particular form. Create extension. Now you can see there is a form extension folder will be created. See here, form extensions, HCM loan type dot extension. Now let me open this form in designer area, and already whatever the column we have added in the table, that column we can see here in the fields list. See here, there is a loan terms. Automatically it is reflected in the fields list. Now my requirement is I just want to add this column into the grid control, right? Only we have 3 columns in the grid: loan type, description, grace period, and I just want to add one more column, right? So simply you need to drag and drop this loan terms into the grid control. But when you see, I'm unable to drag the column here. I'm trying to drag the column into the grid, but it is not happening because this grid is binded with a field group. When you see in the properties of grid control, there is a group control will be there. Group of property, data group. Okay, the data group. What is the data group name? Overview. This data group has been created at table level. Okay, let me open that. Let me open the table again. If you go to the field groups, you can see there is a overview data group is there. Okay, there is a data group. If you add your column, this column into the data group, automatically this field will be added in this particular grid control itself directly. Okay, let me add this loan terms into the overview. Okay, now again go to the form and let me oh, there is a no refresh option. Just let me open this form again. Okay, because we need to save the changes, right? Okay, okay, let me build the project, and the synchronization is not required. Simply we'll build and we'll open the form. We'll see.
Arjun, what this data group is all about? Actually,
okay, I will tell you. I will tell you. I will tell you. Okay, I have built the application, and let me open the HCM loan type dot extension form. Okay, if you expand the grid, you can see there is a loan type, loan terms. See, I have not done anything on the form level, right? I have added a column here, and simply I have added this column into the overview group. That's it. When I open the form, automatically the form is available in the grid control itself, because this grid control has binded with a data group called overview. This data group already we have created here. This is called field groups concept. If you didn't understand, after completion of this class, I will create this kind of field group, and I will explain you. Okay, okay, anyway, we have added we successfully added a column into the form level. You can see there is a loan terms. Okay, let me save the changes, and let me save the changes. Let me build the project. Actually not required. Okay, already it is added, right? Simply we'll refresh this form. HCM loan type form in the user interface. No need to do anything. Just if you refresh, you can find the extra column in this particular form itself. See here. Okay. Now I just want to write some piece of code on loan terms column. The minimum loan term is 10 and the maximum loan term 60. Okay. I just want to make that kind of validation on particular loan terms. Shall we write code in validate write method? That is better, I think, a validate write method, right? So let's go to the design, I mean forms. Okay, let me close the table. And if I want to write validate write method, where it is available in the form level, in data source, right? But when you right click on the methods, you cannot find any override option. Did you see? I'm right clicking on methods, but you cannot see override option here. But when you open our form, any form, this is our form. When you right click on the methods, you can see there is a override and a new method option. These two options are not showing in existing form. See here, when you right click on the methods, you cannot see override option and a new option. Okay, now there is a methods I mean there is an extra node is available here. There is a events. When you expand the events, okay, now which method we would like to write? Validate write, right? See here, there is a method called on validating write. This is the method which is belongs to validate write. Already we have written this method, right? In the methods validate write method. Suppose if you need the same method, if you want to write the same method in this particular form, you should take this as a consideration on validating write. Now let me right click on validating write method. There is a option called copy event handler method. So I'm copying the syntax of the on validating write method. I'm copying the syntax. Copy. Now I'm creating a new item. I'm creating a new item and go to the code, and now I'm creating a class. I'm creating a class, and in which form we are extending what is the form name? HCM loan type, right? HCM loan type. We are writing a form, right? So form HCM loan type form underscore extension.
So Arjun, one question here. Why are we writing this into new class? Can we write in existing class?
Existing class means?
The class that is already there in that form.
No, there is no classes here. This is just events.
Not
Here,
even I'm saying the form that we have created extension, right? In that form, there might be some already written class.
where that? We don't have anything like that. Whatever you are expecting, that kind of situation is not there. Only they have given events. Suppose what exactly we have done previously in our forms. Simply we just go to the methods. We have taken override method of validate, right? And we are writing code in the form level itself, right? But in existing forms, we don't have that kind of facility. Here there is no option to write the code in the form level. We don't have an option. We don't have an option. That is the reason they have given events. Okay, what exactly they are saying? Copy the event, one event handler, whatever you want. Like I just want to write some validation, so I just need to go for on validating write event handler. I'm copying the syntax, and now I'm pasting in this class, and I will write the code.
So always have to create a new class, or next time when we have to override any existing event handler method, can we write in the class?
With class we can write. No need to create n number of classes for n number of event handlers. Now I'm creating one class. Next time, if I want to write any event handler code, I can write in the same class itself.
And if in case if the class is already there, right, in my project, can we also write copy paste? Okay.
No need to create. You can use it.
Another thing, as you mentioned, there is no new or override option in this method. That's why we are going to event handler method. But let's say we have already used the validate write method in the form, right? So can we write at the bottom, means next to whatever already written in the logic?
If somebody already written override method where that person will write in some extension method, right? Already that extension method will be available in your project. Simply you can open that and you can write one more line, one more piece of code simply.
Okay.
No need to create one more extension class, or no need to again copy the event handler code. Not required. Already if there is a class, in that class already someone has written something for validate, right?
Right.
Some another field. Okay, you just write your code just down the existing code. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
No need to create one more class, or no need to create one more method. Simply you can use it, no problem.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
The rule is up to here. You can see HCM loan type form, or you can write anything here, not a problem. I don't mind it. Here I'm just giving some relevant name in which form you are writing event handlers. That form name I have written here for your understanding purpose. I have written HCM loan type or HCM loan type form, whatever it is. Okay, but here there is a underscore extension. This would be compulsory. Your class name should be suffix as underscore extension. Spelling also should be same. EXTENSION. That's it. We should not give extension 1, extension 2. You should not provide like that. You should provide underscore extension, because system will identify this is a extension class. System will identify this is the extension class. Okay, but here from here to here you can write anything, not a problem. But the next remaining part, underscore extension, should be compulsory. Same, we should write same. Clicking on add. So now we have created extension class. Just a second. Okay, extension class. But how system will identify, okay, this class we are extending for HCM loan type? How system will identify? So here, that's what I'm writing a signature here. Okay, extension of, we are extending for form, right? Form str. What is the form name? HCM loan type. So this is the way the system will identify, okay, you are extending, you created this class for this form. Got it, my point? Suppose you are extending a table. How you will write here? Table str. Suppose you are writing you are creating an extension for class. So you should write class str. Extension of class str, extension of table str, extension of form str. Only we have 3 objects, right? Form, table, class. That's it, right? We have existing classes, we have existing tables, we have existing forms. So in these 3 objects only we will write the code, right? Suppose if you want to write any existing table, if you want to override any method in the existing table, you should write extension of table str, your table name, and here that table name underscore extension. That's it, signature. And this extension class, when you save this class, see some error is showing here. When you place the cursor, the extension class must be final. Must be final in the sense, so that prototype final class str. Because why we are giving final means this class cannot be
Oh,
I mean, we cannot access anywhere. When we are giving final, this class cannot be accessed. System will identify this one. So that is the reason all extension classes should be with final keyword. How system has identified this class is a extension class? Tell me. Suppose if I am not giving final, when I am trying to save the class, how system is identifying this is extension class?
because of
Arjuna,
above written code.
We have written signature of extension of, okay, and also we have given underscore extension. Suppose do one thing, try to create one more class for R&D purpose, and you just write spelling mistake of extension 1, something like how a system will behave. You just identify that. Just give like this extension 1 or extension 2, something like. Definitely system will throw error.
Arjuna, I had a question here. Means this is the original form, SCM loan type. So if I need to validate, just validate the code of SCM loan type, that I can go and check from the AOT. But if I need to modify the code, so this is the way of doing that. Am I right?
Yes, you
So
can
there will be
see the
two. Yeah.
Suppose if you want to see, you can see the codes. For example, if by going back to the view code option will be there. Okay, I mean, suppose if already code is there in the existing form, you can see that code, but you cannot modify.
Right. Means system means D365 doesn't allow you to modify the original code. And if you're willing to write your own logic, then this is the way of doing that.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. We cannot modify the code. That is not possible. If you want to modify the code, modify in the sense you just need to add some business logic to the existing. That's it. So you just need to write some class, extension class, and you should write the signature like this. So system will identify, okay, this class you are creating extension for this particular form. Now, okay, now you already copied the syntax, right? Here you already copied the syntax, or else copy again, no problem. Copy event handler. Now I'm pasting here, right click, paste. Now this is the syntax of your on validating write. On validating write. So you can identify you have taken this event handler from form data source. It is a form data source event handler, your form data source name. Okay, this is the object. Okay, and the type of event handler is validating write. Okay, validating write. So the method syntax has been generated. It is a static method. You can see public static void, because it is a static method, right? So static method automatically will have an arguments, and the method name they have given like form name underscore method name, and don't change the syntax or signature. Don't touch this one. In between braces, whatever you want, you just directly write down the code. That's it. We should not change the syntax. Okay, don't alter this signature or don't alter this method proforma. Okay, and here there are two arguments. One is data source argument. They have taken like a sender. I mean data source name. They have taken like a sender. Arguments in the sense values like age, date of birth, address, phone number. These are the arguments. They have taken as a e letter, or else you can change if you want this name, and this name if you want to change. But these names These green color names like class names and data source names, we should not change it. If you want, you can change the argument name, the sender name. If you want, you can write another name. Later, if you want, you can change it, but remaining signature, we should not change it. Now there are a few things are there here. Okay, let me write down. We have there is a class called form run. This is existing class actually, form run. I'm creating an object for the form run equal to, already we have a data source, form data source argument is there, sender dot form run. So every time when you are modifying, when you are taking a validate, when you are taking any method, event handler method. So first of all, you should create an object for the form run. Okay. So this is the syntax. This is a straight away syntax. On every form, you should write the same sentence. Form run equal to sender dot form run. That's it. So that the data source name will be available in the form run object. Form run object. So we will use the form run object in further lines of code. Now we have a where keyword is there. Where keyword. For example, I just want to declare a variable like integer variable. What I will use? Data type int, right? If I want to write string variable, str. Suppose if I want to declare a class or something like anything, you can use where keyword. If you want to declare a variable, if you want to declare a class, if you want to declare a table, anything you can use where keyword. It is a common keyword for declaring any object in the Dynamics 365. Common keyword where. Okay, I'm writing where here. Already here there is a like I just want to, this is just argument, this is just like variable. Okay, validate args. This is just you can write anything. I have written like validate args, or else you can write vargs or something like field args or whatever it you can write it. Okay, I'm just writing validate args equal to, already we have a event args are there, e letter, e as okay. Now you want to cancel, for example, if the requirement is not meeting, for example, I'm just giving some value in the column, like terms column, for example, 9 I'm giving. So we should not take the value, right? System should not accept the 9 value. Suppose if I'm giving 61 should not accept the system. So we should cancel the arguments. So we have a class called form data source, cancel event args, this one. So that particular class reference I'm taking into the validate args. Okay, validate args.
Arjuna, just please explain these two syntax once again. Form run and validate args, please.
See, first of all, on which data source you are writing the code. Okay, that data source reference will be available in the sender. Dynamically we are taking. Okay, dynamically we are taking into the sender. See, suppose you are validating a value. So what is the address of that particular value? How you will say the address? Some X data source, some X field. Am I right?
Yeah.
the X data source name taking dynamically into the sender. That X field value I'm taking into the E letter, E argument. This is the address of the particular field directly. Suppose if I ask your address, how you will say? Like in India, okay, in Delhi, okay, some X road, some X colony, something like that is the address, right? Suppose if I am asking the address of a particular field, some X data source, some X field. So that X data source will be available in the sender. The X field will be available in the E letter. That those are the references of a data source name and the field name. So here the sender.formRun will be available in the formRun object. See, when I am running the form, we have a formRun class will be there actually. That will be available in the formRun. So we are taking dynamically into the formRun object, and whatever the arguments, we should cancel the argument. Suppose if I am not meeting the requirement, if our whatever the value is giving by the end user, if the value is wrong, we should cancel the arguments. We should not take, system should not accept the value. So that is the reason the cancel event args class reference we are storing into the validate args. This one I will use in the future. Then you will understand where I am using this one. Now,
And sorry, one more thing. Validate args variable. What type of variable is this?
it is a class name.
Validate args.
Validate, this one is a class object. It is a class object.
And where?
Where is a declaration type. For example, okay, I'll tell you. Int I have declared. So integer is a data type, right? Here.
Right.
Integer is data type. Here it is also data type, but I'm using for class. To declare a class, I'm using where. You can also declare like where I, no problem. I mean, the implicit type where I required value assigned to be it. Okay. So that system identify, okay, here I have, what is the value I have given? What is the value? It is integer, string, real, date. What is it?
Integer.
Integer. Okay. System identify I belongs to integer. System understands I is integer because of the value, because of the right hand side value. System will decide, okay, I is integer. Suppose if I'm giving like 10.3, now system decide, okay, system will decide I is real. But depends on the right side value, system will decide, okay, this is integer, this is real, this is date, this is class.
Okay, Arjuna, here instead of where, we can also type real also. That real,
okay. Let me ask you something.
Real I equal to
real I equal to 10.3. That is a straight away case. For example, I have asked something. Okay, Jitendra, bring some bag. Okay, bring something. I will give you something. What you will bring?
something.
What is that? What you will expect? Tell me.
That can be anything. That can be anything.
No, I said that, Jitendra, while you are coming, bring something. Okay, I will give you something. What you will bring? You don't know, right? What exactly you will bring? Okay, right. You don't know what I will give.
Right. So you are not sure for the variable type.
No, that is the reason. In that case, what you will bring? You don't know what I'm exactly giving to you. So what you will bring while you are coming?
Right.
So
I got it.
You will bring whatever I'm giving. That should place that value into your. You will bring some universal container. So if I'm giving like sweets, if I'm giving some food, okay, if I'm saving laptop, okay, everything you can put it in, you can put it in that, right?
I got it,
If
Arjun. I got it.
you're
Yeah.
bringing some
And
universal object,
yeah, I got
you
it.
can.
And I had one more question, that the parameter here shows that form data source event args, and here we have we
Exactly.
have defined that variable validated args equal to es form data source cancel event args. So
Right.
can we also use that instead of cancel event args, can we also use the form data source event args?
See, suppose in this E letter, I mean, have we defined on which field we are writing the code? Have we defined till now?
No.
So how can I assume that? Okay, if I how can I assume that? How can system assume that? Okay, Arjun is validating date field. Arjun is validating integer field. How system will identify?
Right. So we have
So
canceled
that is
this.
the reason I'm taking universal data type. In this data type, I can hold anything, whatever the value in future. So I'm writing code for like integer field. So after some point of time, and Shankar or Jitendra will come and will write some piece of code for a date. So every time this field has to uh, take the value from the user, right? E letter. This is the field value, field argument. Every time the value will come to this particular E field, E letter. Suppose if I am validating like a date field, so the value will come here. Suppose if I am validating terms, so the value will come to here. After going inside, system will decide that, okay, I just want to go for this code, I just want to go for this code, like that. So that is the
Okay.
reason we are writing this kind of a universal statement.
That's fine. And the form data source cancel event args. So that name can be anything, is it?
No, now currently we are canceling the argument. We should cancel the argument. I mean, we should not take the value if I'm giving wrong value. So that is the reason we have a separate class. We have a form data source cancel event args. Suppose if you are modifying, there is a form data source modify event args, something like another classes will be there actually. For on each and every situation, we have a different classes. So in future, we will take one more class like where like modify args equal to e as form data source modify event arg, something like.
So, so this this validate var validate args e as formed is for all validate write methods, right? We should write
Yes,
this.
exactly.
The common
Suppose
code for all validate writes method. These two lines.
on every time I can use it when I want to validate any field. Suppose if my requirement change, I just want to modify the field. If I modify the field, I just want to do something. Okay, I will declare one more where modify args equal to e as. Okay, I will write according to that class. I will take that according to one more class here. For validation purpose, every time you should use it, validate args. Okay, now here for 2 lines we switch out. Okay, fine. So we have a form data source. Form data source. I'm declaring a form data source. What is the form data source name? The form data source name is HCM. Okay, it is an argument, right? So I'm declaring with the small letters HCM load type underscore. Okay, I will write like this HCM load type DS. Okay, for your understanding purpose, I'm just giving underscore DS as a sorry, HCM load type DS. It is a object for the form data source. equal to already we have written form run. Form run object dot there is a data source. Okay, there is a data source. In that particular class, there is a data source method is there. It is asking the any type object set. Object set means we should provide the data source name. This one. Set means this one. Okay, set means this one. Copy this name and paste it here. Close the bracket as form data source. That's it. Okay, exactly. Now exactly the data source name we are taking into the HCM loan type DS. Now you can start writing your piece of code. Okay, now I'm writing. Already I have written HCM loan type DS, right? HCM loan type DS. HCM loan type. Okay. HCM loan type equal to already we have written HCM loan type DS dot cursor. That means still my cursor should be remains on the same field itself. So that is the reason that cursor position I'm taking into the HCM loan type on the same record itself. On the same record itself, I should place the cursor. So that is the reason the cursor object, the cursor reference I'm taking into the HCM loan type here. Now, if, okay, now I'm writing the code. If HCM loan type dot, what is the field name? Loan terms, right? Loan terms. If it is less than 10 or HCM loan type dot HCM loan type dot, it is actually data source name. HCM loan type is data source name. Please remember, okay? It is not a table, it is a data source name. HCM loan type dot loan terms greater than something like 60. If it is greater than 60, this is the actual business code. Above 4 lines are common for every method you are writing. And here Boolean something like RET equal to, I'm just declaring return value RET. Okay, you just take any value, Boolean B equal to something like your wish. Okay, I'm just taking Boolean RET equal to, there is a check field. First time we are using this one, like we are writing, we have written like warning, error messages, right? In the same way you can also write check field. Okay, you just need to something like this is also same like info, warning, error. Okay, check field. So this is a written value, and already we have written validate args, right? Validate args. Now validate args dot cancel. Now it is asking the boolean value ret. That's it. Okay. Now let me save the code. Let me save the code. Build the project. No need to call this class anywhere. System automatically identify when we are modifying the field. Okay. Simply we have written this particular code in a particular class and we left it in the project itself. See, there is a where it is available here. See, HCM loan type form underscore extension. Simply we have written this piece of code and in the class level and we left it. When we are modifying this form, system automatically identify that particular class and the code will execute. No need to call that class anywhere, not required really. So they have designed like that. Okay, now let me modify the value. Just I'm giving like 8. Try to save the record. See here. If I'm giving like 61, again save the record 2 times. Again it is showing value. Suppose if I'm giving 23, save. Simply taking. This is called extension method on a particular form. You just remember these 4 lines, that's enough really. Remaining code you can write your own.
It will confusing, so I think we need to go one